Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Aiden, otherwise known as Roland WWFC. I hope you don't mind breaking out into song there, but it kind of feels right given that what the weather's like outside. Just thought I'd break into song there, and I know Christmas has been and gone, but hey, why not just bring back a few of the old Christmas carols as well? Well, this here is my game week 25. I'm looking ahead at game week 25. Now, that makes a little bit of a difference to what I've been previously doing in all of my videos, which has kind of been selfish and self-centered, really. I've only just really realised what I've been doing. I've basically been focusing on me and how I've been doing, and it's only just dawned on me that that's not what I want to watch. So why would anyone else want to watch that? And maybe if I'm a bit of a personality, then people may be interested in how I'm doing or what I'm doing, but at this moment in time, to be honest, nobody really cares. So what I'm going to do from now on, well, I'm always going to be doing my reviews. I'm not going to finish doing that, but what I'm going to do is look ahead to the game weeks and go into things like captain choice, differentials in your squad, possible transfers in and out, injury news, and teams who look strong in certain game weeks and then weak in others. Just certain things like that, which I think will help people along in their fantasy football weeks, improve their scores hopefully. And if there are any things that I've just mentioned there which are a little bit out there and you don't know what I'm talking about, there will be a glossary in the description below, so just have a quick look through those if there are any words which you're not entirely sure what the meaning means, and it will make it perfectly clear down there. But without further ado, let's just jump right on into game week 25. So what's the first thing you do when selecting your squad? You look at the fixtures, right? And you try to predict the scores. Well, I'm no different and you're probably no different, so let's scroll on down to game week 25's fixtures and look at the fixtures that are coming up. The first one that jumps out at me immediately is the Fulham-Stoke City tie. And why is that? Fulham have got 3 of their next 5 fixtures at home at Craven Cottage. Now, for most sides that's a real benefit, but for Fulham it's even more so. They've scored 22 goals at home, and to put that into perspective, that's only 2 less than Tottenham. And when you look at where Tottenham are in the league and where Fulham are, Fulham have been banging in the goals at home and are most certainly favourites. And who's their main man? Clint Dempsey. So with the fixtures and playing at home well on their side, I can only predict his ownership to go in one direction, and that's most certainly up. The second fixture that jumps out at me, Blackburn QPR. Now, for many of you that's probably a little bit surprising, but when you look at it, to me it isn't. If QPR are on the pitch, I can't see how they're not going to win. I'm of course talking about Djibril Cissé's red card, where he raised his hands into the throat area of Roger Johnson of Wolves. Now, before he done that, it was on 30 minutes I believe, QPR were not troubled. They were in the driving seat 100%, and they had to play 60 minutes with 10 men. As I said, if they can keep 11 men on the pitch, I can't see how they're not going to win. And also, the signing of Bobby Zamora from Fulham. He scored in his debut, so he's got that monkey off his back, and QPR going forward are a huge threat. And that's obviously not even taking into consideration Blackburn here. Their defensive frailties are there for everyone to see. I mean, you just look at the previous fixture against Arsenal, a 7-1 demolition. That's just unheard of in the Premier League. And, this fixture against QPR, I really feel that this is going to determine which direction they're going. Championship or Premier League. And unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be positive for Blackburn. The week, Man United versus Liverpool. Now, the weak side in this, most certainly Liverpool. Clash of the 2 big names in English football. And why are Liverpool classified as the underdogs? Simple. They've only scored 4 goals in the last 5 games, and 2 of those goals have come from Craig Bellamy. They're just not scoring goals. Now, Man United have been rife with injuries in their back four. Jones is, I think, almost certainly out, and they're not looking as strong as they could. But Liverpool just look toothless up front. Now, there is the return of Suarez. But will Kenny Dalglish start him? I'm not sure. Will the Uruguayan start? King Kenny, let us know. The next week, or the next team that's looking weak, I should say, Spurs versus Newcastle. It may seem a little bit surprising there. 2 sides that are right up near the sharp end of the league table. Why would I put one of those down as looking weak? Tottenham, even more so surprising, but you didn't predict that. And it's pretty simple. Harry Redknapp, within 24 hours of being cleared from tax evasion, he's now become the bookie's favourite to take over from Fabio Capello for the England job. Is his mind elsewhere? He would say no, but without doubt, when someone's, knocking on your door saying, "Come on, be the England manager," or other managers are tipping you to be the next England manager, I think that's going to take some of your focus away. Add to that the tough fixtures. Not even mentioning Newcastle there. I think it's going to be difficult in the next coming weeks. Title contenders? Ask me in about 6 weeks and I'll let you know. Now, moving on to the injury news. The first player that I've got down here on my list who is an injury doubt, however I think he will play, is Sessegnon from Sunderland. Now, he limped off in extra time, but with an interview with Martin O'Neill, there was no mention of a worry there that he won't attend. So I think, although he's a doubt because he limped off, I think he will be playing. Jose Enrique missed the game against Spurs through a back injury. However, Dalglish has stated that he expects Enrique to return to that back line, and considering he's got, I think it's over 30% ownership, to many of you, that's a real positive. However, the one man that definitely is out of game week 25, Fulham centre-back Philippe Senderos. Confirmed out for the Stoke game with a groin injury. He's definitely not taking part, so if you do have him in your squad, don't select him. He will not play. Now, moving on to the differentials for this game week. I'm just running through a few who I think could possibly make that difference in your squad over your rivals. The first player, I've got him in my squad, and it is Gylfi Sigurdsson. Now, Sigurdsson is averaging 6.25 points per game, and that's only over 4 games here. But for anyone, that is a tremendous points return. And when you see he's only costing me £5 million to get him in my squad, he could be a big, big differential. And he was for me last game week, 13 points. And with only 0.7%, not many people have taken him up yet. He's a secret, this guy, and he's just waiting to get another game week like he did last game week, and I guarantee that percentage is going to go through the roof. Second player who I can see as being a differential for this game week plays for Newcastle, and it is Cisse. Now, Cisse is rather an unknown quantity. He played his first game, obviously last game week, came on for the injured Leon Best, and scored on his debut. Can't get much better than that. But as I said, he is an unknown quantity. We don't know how consistent he is. This is going to be his second game. It was a goal to remember. Let's not forget that was right in the top corner. I think it was Gary Neville said you could have 2 goalkeepers there with a step ladder, and he wasn't going to get that. It was placed to perfection in that top corner. So he's definitely got the striking ability, but he's also alongside that man Demba Ba. And if Cisse gets another big game week, scores a goal, maybe gets an assist or 2, his percentage of ownership is definitely going to go up, and he can be that alternative to Demba Ba. Lastly, my choice of captains for this game week. Now, I've alluded to one of them previous. Now, there's the other guy who is definitely in my squad, and I'm pretty sure is in most people's squads. RVP, Robin Van Persie. The man's a machine at the moment. Obviously, last game week got me 23 points, double that. It's 46 points. It's hard to look over him. You know, he's had that armband for many people, I'm sure, every game week, and he's definitely one of the top contenders. However, the man that I would say, and to give the armband, I don't have him personally, Clint Dempsey. As I said before, I did focus on Fulham playing at home, the amount of goals they've scored. In the next coming weeks, they've got real favourable fixtures. I think he's the man to pick as your captain. So this has been my Game Week 25 preview. Hopefully, with my review, I can say I was right and got a few things correct there. But we'll have to wait until then. See you later, guys.